It's not just time to boycott Target, it is time to Bud Light Target. Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate your continued support, and I hope that you are subscribed as well, particularly if you are on Rumble, because we do need to support platforms that support free speech. So you may or may not have heard, but Target has gone completely off the rails, and we've kind of seen this slow drip from them over the last few years. I believe they were among the first to really push this idea of transgender bathrooms, and not necessarily creating separate spaces for them, but ultimately that you could use the bathroom that aligned with their biological sex. And there have been just a few other things that have come out of Target that have been very questionable, but definitely have let us know where it is that they stand on these issues. And probably a boycott was called for long before this, but we have let them get away with these things for far too long, and now they know it. They think that they can push this stuff out there and that we're not going to do anything because we really haven't taken a solid stance before. And I don't mean to point my finger at everybody else, because I myself have been guilty of this. I did take somewhat of a stance when they did start talking about transgender bathrooms, but I, slowly just kind of let my guard down and started going back to Target again. Now, I'm not one of these people that absolutely loves Target. Like, I'm a diehard fan. I need Target. I have to visit Target. I go to Target. I dream about Target. Usually the reason that I go to Target is when I'm on my way home from work, and it is the most convenient big department store that is easiest for me to stop at. It's not that I need to, it's just the easiest place, especially at the end of a long day when I don't want to go out of my way to drive a little bit further and perhaps go to another retailer. So I understand that there is a level of sacrifice here, and they do have a lot of things that they offer. It's not just like Bud Light where they have a solo product that you can just boycott. It is a large retailer. It's a huge department store. It has a lot of things that a lot of us rely on a day-to-day basis, whether it be medicine or clothing or groceries or cleaning products or pet food. So it does require us to take a step back and make a plan as to how we're going to get these other items in our lives without supporting the values that Target supports. Because ultimately, that is what boycotts come down to. It is not about the product. It is about the values of that company and the things that they are pushing on society, and the things that they know that as a society we have repeatedly said that we don't want, things that we stand against, things that we do not want pushed on us at every single turn. And we have said, stop politicizing everything, stop making a political message of everything, yet these big stores cannot seem to resist. And whereas Bud Light was an easy thing to sacrifice. I don't drink beer. I know a lot of people that don't drink beer, particularly Bud Light. So it was easy to get behind. It was easy to stand behind. It was easy to push that out there because I didn't have to do anything. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Target is a whole other ball game, but we have to think about the message that we're sending, because these big retailers know, like Bud Light was a sacrifice. They're like, it's totally fine. Sorry to see that happen to you, but they know that they can do this stuff and that it is going to be a lot harder for people to take the same position. So let's look at what Target has been doing over the last couple of weeks, because this didn't just happen yesterday. As we've talked about the transgender bathroom issue, that happened a couple of years ago, and it's just kind of been this slow trickle. But Target has taken a much more bold stance, and it's almost like they're daring us to see what we're going to do, to see if we can live without them. So about 10 days ago, this article came out in Breitbart that says Target Pride collection includes items for children and babies. It says this year's Pride collection, commonly displayed prominently toward the front of the stores, features myriad items marketed toward not only adults, but children and babies as well. A brief look at the adult clothing section online shows men in rainbow-clad pajamas, swim shorts, and rompers. At least 2 shirts celebrate drag with images of famed drag queens Trixie Mattel and Katya. I can't imagine anything that I want to see my husband more in than rainbow-clad pajamas and a romper. Target is also selling a hoodie that reads, "Not a phase," and the website also features an image of what appears to be a biological woman wearing a shirt which reads, "Busy thinking about girls." It goes on to talk about some of the other shirts and things that they offer. It says there's also a prominent Pride selection for children and babies. Here we go. The department store is featuring onesies and shirts that read Bien Proud in the colors of the Progress Pride flag, which contains additional colors for minorities and transgender individuals. One baby bib reads, I am proud of you always, and the store offers an array of other Pride-themed items for children and babies, from dresses to shoes to socks.
Well, I finally made my way to the queer section of Target, and it's actually worse than I ever imagined. The tuck-friendly construction is alive and well. As you can see, they have a full selection, so clearly it's not doing too well. But this is just out of control. I mean, really? Really?
Into more of the kids' items as well in just a minute. But it does say Target also features a family section with matching Pride items for family members. One image shows 2 women in blue Pride shirts with 2 young boys in pink Pride shirts, for example. The store's Pride collection is also bringing pets into the mix, pushing Pride tank tops for cats and dogs, bandanas, toys, and rainbow-colored Milk-Bone snacks. Because I'm sure that's what your pet has been missing in their life. Because not only is society oppressing human beings just by binary gender labels, but I'm sure your cats and dogs have just been dying to have access to transgender items where they don't have to live up to stereotypes of male and female animals. A quick look at the LGBTQIA plus book section on the website includes Bye Bye Binary by Eric Guerin, marketed to 4 to 8-year-olds, as well as the Pronoun book by Chris Ayala Chronos, which is suggested for children 0 to 3 years old. It does not end there either. Target is also pushing everyday home decor items such as mugs, one of which reads gender fluid, as well as rainbow door mats, spatulas, and lawn chairs. All of it appears to be a continuation of the far left effort to essentially replace the God-given traditional reality of 2 equal and complementary sexes, and replacing it with an interchangeable ideology based solely on feelings and culture rather than biological reality. So like I said, this came out 10 days ago, and not really shocking. I wasn't aware of the fact that this was spread across the entire store.
I thought the queer section was bad. Just come on over to the card section. We're looking in the baby aisle. You'll be such amazing moms. 2 dads. There are more cards congratulating 2 same-sex parents than there are regular male-female parents. And then we head over to the wedding section. Hers and hers. Mrs. and Mrs. I mean, this is completely out of control.
Why stop at just clothing when you can just deck out your entire home in Pride decor, in rainbows, and make sure that your pets feel included as well? It also kind of made me a little bit nervous as to what we can expect from Pride Month this year, which is coming up in just over a week. When last year, we saw all these Pride parades of grown adults bicycling down the street and walking down the street and running down the street buck naked, while parents brought their children to enjoy these parades. Whereas just a few years ago, we were all pretty much united on the idea that this was predatory and grooming behavior. Now, apparently, this is how we teach our kids love and inclusivity, which is to pretty much have no boundaries between adults and children whatsoever. So it turns out that's not where the story ends. It gets so much worse than that. According to an article in Breitbart from yesterday, it says Target partners with Satanist designer Ab Prellin for Gay Pride collection. The woke Target Corporation has partnered for its new Pride clothing line with UK-based designer Ab Prellin, which insists Satan loves you and Satan respects pronouns. Ab Prellin mixes a good deal of Satanism with its pro-LGBT activism, asserting on its Instagram page that Satan loves you and respects who you are. You're important and valuable in this world, and you deserve to treat yourself with love and respect. LGBT plus people are so often referred to as being a product of Satan or going against God's will, so fine, we'll hang with Satan instead, it declares. So according to this person's Instagram account, Ab Prellin's owner, a self-identified gay trans man known as Eric, said that the Satan respects pronouns pin, which features an image of the demon Baphomet, is one of my favorite and most popular designs, and the one that gave Ab Prellin its proper footing and direction. Coming up with this phrase really helped make Abprellin what it is today. Eric contends that Satanists don't actually believe in Satan, he is merely used as a symbol of passion, pride, and liberty. So for me, Satanists hope compassion, equality, and love. Eric adds,
Target, the retail giant that has been pushing the radical LGBT agenda for years, has now partnered with a Satanist brand to create items for its Pride collection. The brand, called Abprellin, is run by a self-proclaimed gay, transgender man from the United Kingdom who goes by the name Eric. His designs feature pentagrams, horned skulls, and references to devils. One of his previous products says, Satan Resects Pronouns. Eric claims that he does not believe in Satan, but uses him as a symbol of passion, pride, and liberty. He also says that he wants to embrace young LGBT people and tell them that being trans is special and wonderful. Target has been selling 3 items from Abprellin's collection. A sweatshirt that says, Cure Transphobia Not Trans People, a tote bag that says, Too Queer for Here, and a messenger pack that says, We Belong Everywhere.
Is it just me? Or is it the more that we see LGBTQIA plus apostrophe ZMQ materials in society, the more that we hear about Satan worship?
I will not be going to Target anymore. This question, I think, really is for the community. These big box stores and companies are making you look bad. Yeah, it's embarrassing. And the fact that, like, y'all are okay with them making money off of you and your community for only a month, weird.
Before now, it looks that Abprellin had an Etsy shop where they were just selling these items and making them, and I don't have to agree with this person. This is the beauty of capitalism. They can create these products and create their own little store, and that's fine. It's the fact that this retailer specifically chose this person to push this agenda and to mainstream these ideas. And this is so much worse than what Bud Light did. Bud Light made the idiotic move of using someone that across society we have said this person does not represent women, this person does not represent women's opportunities, this person represents something directly that is imposing on women's rights and opportunities in athletics. And not only that, represents an ideology that is being pushed on children, where children are being influenced to have a condition that they do not have, where they're being told that they have gender dysphoria when they do not have it. And by doing so, they are actually creating gender dysphoria in children and then normalizing treatments like puberty blockers and hormones and surgeries and going by pronouns that don't even make sense and all these things that just totally impose confusion on society. They did this thing and we said, that's enough. Target has taken it a whole step further and said that we are literally behind somebody that worships Satan, that doesn't believe that biology matters, that they're going to create this apparel for our children to wear so that they can push these ideas for them on their peers, or on that playmate in their 4-year-old playgroup, on that 8-year-old amongst their 8-year-old gymnastics team.
This is a special swimsuit. It is invented for tucking. Live, laugh, lesbian. Are they amoebas? These don't even look like people. Queer. This right here. These are baby clothes. They say that grooming isn't happening, then why are there pride baby onesies?
This is something they are using our kids to push these messages out there, whether or not society agrees with them or not, no matter how destructive they are to society in general. This is so much worse. And I understand, like I said, that boycotting Target is so much more difficult because it is a convenience thing, because they offer so many things that so many of us use. Mind you, usually pretty overpriced. But I have to say, we're hypocrites when we expect celebrities to boycott Balenciaga because that doesn't require a sacrifice of any of us. None of us had to sacrifice like a $10,000 ugly purse to make a statement. And we're hypocrites if we expect people to boycott Bud Light and to make a statement with that and to not boycott Target in the same way. And I know that Target is this massive corporation. It's a huge business. And it sometimes feels like we're not going to have the same impact. But if you look at Disney, Disney, the boycott has been public and it has been effective. It hasn't hit the same way as Bud Light. But again, they had to lay off another 7,000 employees just a few weeks ago. And they continue to decline in value and viewership and their consumer base. And it is having an effect. So Things like Target, it's going to be a slower effect, but we can, as we've seen, have that impact with our dollars. I know that there are a lot of people that have already boycotted Target years ago, and thank you for doing that. So if they can do it, we can do it. We can survive without Target. I know I can do it, and I know that you can do it. I am fully boycotting Target, and I would love for you to join me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Please hit that like button because that does help me with the algorithm. Leave emojis in the comments below because that helps me as well. Make sure you are subscribing because I almost said Target. YouTube likes to unsubscribe people from my channel, and I would love to grow this channel to reach more people that value logic, reason, and sanity. Thank you for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.